Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of American Soccer Quick Kicks. I wanted to spend this video answering a question that I got on a comment on one of my videos just a couple weeks ago. It is from the friends of the show at the Alabama Barbecue Chase. They do great work over there, visiting all the barbecue restaurants in the state of Alabama, giving you their thoughts, reactions, reviews, videos, pictures. You should definitely check them out. Look for the Alabama Barbecue Chase website and their Facebook page, but they left a comment asking me what I thought might be maybe the not so obvious effects of having Messi in Major League Soccer. So I thought I'd take a shot at that and share my thoughts on it. And if you think I missed something, or if you disagree, or you've thought of something that I haven't, leave it in the comments and let everybody hear it. Obviously, the first thing, the obvious effect is we're selling out stadiums all across the league, right? So there's immediately a lot more tickets being sold, and the prices have been raised. There's a lot of money coming in, a lot of jerseys being sold, which generates revenue, and of course, a lot more subscriptions for MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. I'm one of those people who signed up just because of Messi. So there's been an infusion of cash, like hundreds of millions of dollars, close to $300 million, that has been infused into the league in the middle of this season, all directly because of Messi. So that's a good thing, right? Well, let's think about it. Why raise the prices? It's like the leagues, like the club is guilty of price gouging. It's one thing if the secondary market has the prices go way up, but for the clubs themselves to price the tickets at a higher price, that's unfortunate. You'd rather not see that. You'd rather not see that kind of cash grab. On the other hand, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to have the reigning best player of the world and fresh off a World Cup that everybody in the world knows, and he's playing in 20,000 seat stadiums, 25,000 seat stadiums. And you want to make your money while you can. Keep in mind that with the Apple deal notwithstanding, there's not the mountains of obscene cash that some other top professional sports leagues in America get from media rights. Like, what I'm saying is Major League Soccer is a lot more dependent on game day revenue, ticket sales, concession, and merchandise to a much higher degree. Like, a much greater percentage of their total revenue comes from that game day experience, as opposed to other leagues like NFL and NBA and stuff like that. So they need to be able to maximize how they can. So I can kind of understand where they're coming from. As a consumer, you'd rather not see it, but I do get it. But the question is, what are maybe some other not so obvious things? Like, first of all, we have a worldwide audience. So there's a lot more people watching, a lot more people that are signing up to watch it on TV, a lot more people showing up in person. But keep in mind, Apple TV doesn't just go to America, right? It's going all over the world. So he has fans in basically every country on the planet. And there are people signing up all over the place just to watch Messi play. But how does that affect the league? Well, it affects it great. I mean, how is that bad? We have eyeballs on Major League Soccer for the first time, like around the globe. And with more people watching, there's more chance for people to become interested in our league. Like, you want to put the product in front of people, right? Have confidence in your product that if people just gave it a shot, they might decide they like it. I'm like, for example, here's my take. I know it's not the greatest league in the world, but I don't need it to be. I'm an American, and this is the league that America has. And it might not be the highest quality played in the world, but guess what? It's crazy. It's bonkers, unpredictable results. Everybody has a shot every single week. And it's just kind of it's kind of funny. Like, if you just it's like anything goes in this league. There's all kinds of funny stories throughout its history. I like it for its zaniness, if nothing else. And people are watching Messi. They're watching to see how Miami's going to do. They're watching the other games that affect Miami's standings, right? They're watching the clubs ahead of them on the table. And so what are you doing? You're checking out the league. You're checking out the different clubs. And, hopefully the theory goes that we will be able to retain some of those people and create new fans and grow the base for Major League Soccer. Because here's the goal, right? The goal is to have lasting permanent effect after Messi has left. Like, there's the danger is this is great while he's here, and it lasts a couple years, and then he's gone, and then MLS falls back down into obscurity, and nobody cares anymore. And like that can really happen. So the challenge for Major League Soccer is what can they do to leverage the interest and the cash that is coming in now, leverage that to affect real change that can improve the league going forward and make it more appealing to a global audience. And so the first thing I think of is the salary cap. Like it is time to take the restrictor plates off. Major League Soccer was built with baked in parity. Like they wanted everybody to have a shot. They didn't want anybody outspending anybody else and end up with some top heavy league like you see in Europe with only just one person, one club always winning because they're the only one spending any money. Also, they were trying to keep an eye on sustainability for the league and not have uncontrolled spending send into a tailspin and then it flames out and doesn't last very long. I get all that, but we're almost 30 years into the existence of this league now, and we have another World Cup coming to our shores just in about 3 years. And so I don't think we need to worry about the survivability, the sustainability of the league anymore, at least not for, say, 10 more years, which is the length of our deal with Apple TV. And so maybe it's time we don't worry about the salary cap. Like, let's loosen it up. There are owners in this league that have the money and want to spend it and would if they could. But there are strict roster rules and salary cap rules in the league that are holding everybody back. Basically, we're letting the most conservative and risk-averse owners who don't want to spend money on their club set the pace for ambition across the league. And what I would like to see is to open this up and let the most ambitious owners be the ones to set the pace. And if you've got some guys that are scared to spend any money, let them get out, sell their club and get out. Like, let's just push forward and get this product as good as we can. Stars around the world would love to live in America. Like, it's a great place to live, and they'd have a little less fame, right? They can live a little bit more of a normal life. But the problem is that they can't get paid here, not like the way they'd want to. Like if we got rid of the salary cap restrictions, these top players in the world could come to Major League Soccer in the prime of their careers. We can pay them accordingly, and suddenly we're a major player on the planet when it comes to club soccer on planet Earth. We could be one of those. We could be that country. But our own salary cap and strict roster rules are holding us back. Right now, there's a such thing as designated player rule. It was invented in order to get David Beckham to into Major League Soccer when he wanted to get here, when everybody was making like 50 grand a year. And how can we get Beckham in? They created the designated player rule, which right now that's going to 3 designated player spots on the roster. And those are spots that only a small fraction goes toward the salary cap. And beyond that, you can spend whatever you want to of your own money. However much you want to spend, it's unlimited, but just on those 3 spots. Like, you can't spread that wealth across your roster. You have to spend it on only 3 players. What I would like to see is for all these little designations to go away. Maybe still have a salary cap, raise it significantly, but get rid of all these little boxes and buckets of categories of how to spend the money on these different types of roster spots. And instead just simplify it and say, here's the salary cap, fill your roster how you want to. Right now, that's not happening. And even with Messi coming into the league, there's been talk about loosening up spending, but not the kind I'm talking about. What I've heard is they're going to consider adding a 4th DP spot. Well, that's better. That's an improvement. I don't know if it's the right answer for a permanent impact, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how it plays out. But I would like to see us take advantage of this time to loosen roster restrictions and to either raise significantly the salary cap, or just get rid of it. The other thing I want to think about it is this. Any match that Messi's playing in is highly visible around the world. And so that's an opportunity for everybody on the field that night, whether it's his Miami teammates or people playing against him on the other side. Anybody who shines, has a strong game in that match, is going to be noticed around the world when otherwise they wouldn't have been. And so it's a showcase, right? Your own display to the biggest clubs in the world, to the biggest spenders in Europe. They're always looking to where to pick the talent from. They're now watching Major League Soccer to a degree that they've never watched before. And that creates opportunity for younger players, smaller stature players, people that otherwise wouldn't be getting looks. Nobody would even know they existed. And now everybody in the world could probably name most of the Miami team. So that's an opportunity for teammates. It's an opportunity for opponents. And I would like to think that if Messi gets people into the seats, this is ultimately what I want. If Messi can get people into the seats and they're like, wow, you know what? This is fun. Because let me tell you something. The Major League Soccer game day experience, if you attend the match, if you go in person, you're going to love it. You're going to fall in love with it. You're going to want to go back. It is so much fun. It's such great atmospheres everywhere you look, all across the league. And if people are sampling that for the first time, I think they're going to get hooked and they're going to like it. So I hope, of course, that we grow the fan base. I hope that we grow global visibility for Major League Soccer players, like grow that international market. We can sell players on. It can become an avenue for a lucrative professional soccer career for young American soccer players. Like often we have our best athletes not pursue soccer because you can't make any money at it, right? You got to go to the NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA if you want to make money. But if playing Major League Soccer can get you into the Premier League or get you into Bundesliga, get you into Italy, then that's the way, then there's no reason to give up on soccer. So I hope that happens. And of course, I want to see the salary cap go away. I want to see restrictions lifted. I want to see spending lifted. I want to see, we have ambitious owners. Let them be ambitious. Like MLS's own rules are holding the league back. It's not because the level of play in America is bad. It can be better. And we don't have to play Americans, so we can bring people in, but we just got to be able to pay them. Our owners have the money and they want to pay them, but our rules are holding us back. So let's just take advantage of all the interest we have right now on Messi, all the influx of cash we have now, and let's take the opportunity to take a little risk in opening up the spending. And I am confident that if people give this a shot, I've had at least 3 people I know reach out to me this year and say, you know what? I'm going to my first Major League Soccer game this year after watching your channel. And so far, I think all but one have already done it. And they've all come back like, that was amazing. I got the season pass. I'm getting tickets. This is incredible. I can't wait to go back. They've got the gear. They're ready. And if you're interested at all in soccer, if you're a soccer fan in America and you're like, I don't like Major League Soccer, the level of play is too low. I mean, fine. I mean, I'm not saying it's better than some European league, but I tell you this, it's a whole lot of fun, and it's a lot easier to attend a Major League Soccer match if you live in this country than it is to attend one in Europe. Go. It's okay to have fun. It doesn't have to be the best in the world. Anyway, that's all I got. I kind of rambled a little bit, and I know I went too long, but thank you to Alabama Barbecue Chase for the question. I hope I answered it well. If you have any thoughts on it, leave it in the comments below. Until then, watch some soccer with me, and I'll talk to you next time.